I want to address this comment because I used to think this way when I was voting Democrat, because I was left leaning, but I felt like there was only two choices. So I always voted Democrat because it was better than Republicans. But then I switched during Obama because I noticed something very deceitful about Democrats. So what Obama did is he made all of these promises. He was running on a campaign of hope, and he said he was going to do all this amazing stuff. And then he did the largest food stamp cut of my lifetime. Cut food stamp. He deported twice as many people at his peak than Trump. He was the droner in chief, and some of those drones were killing civilians. On top of it, he was extremely protected by the mainstream media. They were only reporting so much glowing stuff about Obama, and they weren't really exposing all the stuff that he was doing that was bad. So I noticed this pattern where Democrats will say they do one thing and then they do exactly the opposite, or they'll create a problem and their solution will make things worse. So after that, Obama's second term, I just stopped voting altogether. But then Trump came along, and I know Trump is a very triggering word for you guys. The mainstream media has told you guys to hate him. He's so awful. He's done awful things. But you know what he did for Black America? Way more than any other president of my lifetime. Whether you like his personality or not, take that aside and just think about the things he did. Joe Biden in 1994 helped to write and push the 1994 crime bill, which caused the largest mass incarceration rate of Black Americans in American history. For 8 years, when he was vice president, he said he was proud of the bill and did nothing to undo it. Here comes Trump, who finally reverses the bill with the First Step Act and releases prisoners. And 94% of them were Black who had unjust sentences. 94% were Black. He also funded the HBCUs far more than any other president of my lifetime. He also signed an executive order to research why Black women were experiencing a higher mortality rate when they gave birth. He also created economic opportunity zones in minority neighborhoods, which actually made it so that people could start businesses easier. Minorities. Now I would like to ask you to tell me what the Democrats have done for Black America. Tell me how they are so much better. All I see is a track record of empty promises and abuse. And let's not forget that their history is riddled with some of the most horrific racism that we have ever seen in America. So go ahead, respond to this video and tell me all of the great things Democrats have done for Black America. I'll wait.